This is a Troy Bilt 210 21-inch front wheel drive lawnmower from around 2012. I've been using this mower for the better part of 8 years or so regularly. Bought this at Lowe's. It had been returned for about 120 bucks. So I got a pretty good deal on it, and it's been a pretty good mower to me up until last season when the engine blew. Well, I recently did a video where I swapped the engine on this unit with one from a Yard Machines mower. It's been doing great actually engine-wise, but I was mowing last week with it and the drive stopped working. Fortunately, right as I was almost done. You gotta like it when they break down when you're done, at least. When the drive stops working on these mowers, it's generally a worn belt issue that I've found servicing many of these. It can be also a big problem with the control cable sometimes, and the wheels are also part of the drive system. There could be an issue there, or let's hope that it's not the transmission. However, I do have a used transmission for this mower if that's the case. Troy Bilt recommends a shop to service the drive system. It does involve some disassembly. However, most shops are going to send you walking back out with this unit. And at about 75 to 90 bucks an hour now for shop rates, your repairs are going to add up quick for a mower like this. I'm going to start by draining my gas and oil, and I still always turn a mower carb side to the ground. Okay, I'll get my gas tank drained. Got my oil drained. I'll take a 5/8 to get this blade off. Now underneath this blade you're going to have 2 3/8 bolts that hold that cover on. We'll need to get those off. And that'll slip out from around your shaft. And there's our belt. Seems to be in one piece there. I don't know what's going on. Or if I could pull the whole thing out. I don't know what's going on because that's got a belt guide up on the front. This belt must be so worn that it's getting under that belt guide. It does look like it's worn. I've never changed it before. I don't see any pulleys loose up in there or nothing. I'm going to look and see the engine that I took the Yard Machines off of might have a belt to it. I think it does. I don't know if it's the same size or not. But that's the belt off of this one. That don't look all that great to me. There's my spare transmission if I need one. Hopefully I won't have to change that transmission. I've already robbed the drive wheels off of this unit. I need to get some new ones for that Troy Bilt. If you ever get a chance, you see one of these somewhere, one of these older Troy Bilt pressure washers with the Briggs & Stratton 6.75 engine on them. These are pretty good pressure washers. I got this one at a yard sale for 20 bucks. Well, I'm back on the Troy Bilt 210 today. I had to bring everything indoors because it's a rainy day outside. Okay, we'll have a series of 3/8 bolts to take out of here. There's one right here. There's another one right here. Then we'll have one right here. Then we'll have one right here. Then we'll have another one here. Then we'll have another bolt right here that holds the top cover on in the back. Now we need to turn the mower back over, and there's 2 bolts on the top. One bolt will be right behind here, right there. Then we have another bolt that's right here on this side. Okay, once those are all removed, this top should come right off. You might have to pull this adjustment handle back. It should pop off, just like that. That reveals our top here. I'm really not seeing anything wrong there as far as mechanically something wrong. I don't see anything out of the ordinary with the drive wheels other than I really just need to replace them because all the tread's going on them. Okay, next day back on the Troy Bilt front wheel drive mower, and I went to Napa and got the closest thing I could get, which is a 3L340W. It's built as the closest thing to their original size of the Troy Bilt. I don't see any reason why that won't work. And it's the same price as it is on the Troy Bilt website. The number of the Troy Bilt belt is 954-04259A. And at Napa it's the same exact price as it is on the Troy Bilt website. Probably a little cheaper because you got to pay shipping. And again, that's the number. Free with my order, I got the latest Napa racing hat too. So that's a pretty good deal. If you'll notice, I found a much better looking top for it in my stash. I also need to get me a new brake control cable or control cable for it on that side and get rid of that wire tie up there and make it a little safer. But right now we're concentrated on getting this drive belt on. So we got to turn the lawnmower back over first. So with my mower tilted back up, I want to make sure that I'll start on this side because it'll be difficult to get this belt over this shaft from the other way. So I want to get that on there and slide it through that slot right there. It goes out to the front. All I gotta do is just make sure I'm clearing this shaft for right now. Then we'll turn the lawnmower back over. Okay, we're turned back over. We're looking at the top here. This is our pulley for our front wheel drive. We want to get that around there. And then we got this belt guide that we need to get in. That is going to go in like that. Okay, I think we're in there. Our belt guide's installed. Now we want to test and make sure that our control cable's working there. And that is working. Right now we're bottomed out on the floor because we don't have that cover on there, and that's what decides our height adjustment for the front. I'm going to get this belt cover on first, which consists of 2 bolts to hold that in. And these are 3/8. Everything is 3/8 associated with this cover and all this stuff. And that gets our belt cover back on. Now let's get our top cover back on here. I'm gonna have to turn it back over for a second. Okay, get this cover set back in place here. Have to pull back our adjustment handle here, and so that'll kind of settle in. We'll go ahead and put our 2 screws in the top, but I'm not going to tighten anything all the way down until I've got everything lined up. Same 3/8 will get these in. Okay, I'm turned back over, and if you'll remember, we have 5 screws that go in this front part right here. The one right here. Now, I'm not going to get any of these real tight until I got all of them in there, so I can make sure that I'm lined up with everything. And then there's going to be one right here in the middle. And then we'll have 2 more down here. One right here. Then we'll have another one right here. Then we'll have one more screw right here that catches the back of that top cover. Okay, now I just need to go back through and tighten them all up. Okay, that's everything tight on the bottom. I'll turn it over and tighten my 2 top bolts up. That's plastic and plastic, so you don't want to go too crazy with this because you'll strip them out easy. Okay, well, that's our belt on there and the top installed. Let's see if we got any results. Thought I might sharpen this blade before I stick it back on there. If you're ever at Harbor Freight, pick you up one of these angle grinders. These things are actually pretty cool to use to sharpen lawnmower blades. It beats a bench grinder, and it ain't but like 14 bucks for one of these. I don't recommend one of these if you're gonna be using it every day, but for sharpening lawnmower blades, this is the deal. Having that angle grinder's like getting a new blade every time you sharpen one, and always Of course, my spray paint's kind of light here, but I always spray paint the side that goes toward the ground. Okay, 5/8 gets our bolt tightened back up. Our freshly sharpened nice blade there. That blade's going to give smoking grass an all new meaning. Okay, I've got a fan on and got the door open. It's raining outside today, so I had to try this in the indoors. So I'm going to crank it up and see if my front wheel drive works. Well, that's putting a fresh drive belt on a Troy Bilt TB210 front wheel drive. It's not too complicated. Just take your time, do a good job, and you'll be right back in business again, and you won't have to pay a repair guy $200. And you won't have to buy a new $420 lawnmower. Well, until the next time, I hope you will be blessed at your house. Blessings from my house. And please, if you're blessed, be blessing others.